toughest one in the section. Fit the runner, boy, you nigga, no question. You would run a motherfucker high stepping. Hey, you never had a big enough weapon. Motherfucker never learned your lesson. I'm a 88 pack nigga, woof. I'm a 88 pack nigga, woof. I mean, day walker, drink blood, fangs out, full moon, motherfucker, change like a hoe, nigga. I'm just a nigga from the hood, trying to stack a little cheddar for the money.
Man, y'all know it's our favorite day of the week, man. It's
Monkey Tuesday.
Is it safe to say you were not stunned by what happened when he faced Canelo?
No, I picked him to win. I picked him to win, and that's the style that we avoided. The 12 years that we had Canelo, we avoided that style. The only reason the Lara fight got done was because Canelo insisted on it. But even Austin Trout gave him problems. Lara gave him problems. That's a style that we avoided. Mayweather did. And I felt that it was going to be a very similar fight to the Mayweather fight. I felt that Crawford was going to win a decision. I didn't think it was going to be that lopsided. I thought it was going to be a lot closer, but I felt that Crawford was going to beat him in a decision.
yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Lightweight. Lightweight, baby. It's time to bleed this morning. Canelo fans, pull up a chair, have a seat. This may be an intervention for you. I don't know what you're going to call it. It's really irrelevant because don't I always say time reveals all truth? And an absolute lie is nothing but the long way to the truth. Remember when I said that? Well, here we are. I tried to warn you. It's okay to rock with a fighter because you just stand with them out of principle. What is your principles? Well, some of your principles are questionable because a lot of you don't have any principles. But if the guy is from your city, I'll take that. He's from your country, I'll take that. But it comes a point where all you have is support, and it's unconditional from that place in your heart, in your mind. But it's a far stretch from reality. You got to be honest. It comes to a point where y'all have to shut up. Just acknowledge what's going on. Hey, man, I know this person is A, B, and C, but you know what, man? I'm just going to rock with them. I'm going to go ahead and rock with them. I'll take that. But when you get on these panels and start fussing and fighting, and the media tricks got you believing this nonsense, it even got you believing what you already know. Y'all knew all about Canelo. Y'all knew this. Stop lying. Y'all knew it. Y'all knew what we was looking at. But as long as he kept beating on British teeth, y'all didn't care. And y'all did him more harm than good. This is what I'm saying. Well, y'all did yourselves more harm than good. He laughed all the way to the bank. That's what he did. He laughed all the way to the bank. You guys are amazing, man. Let's do this roll call real quick. Cop Aborigines, DP Rocker, Dion Next Up, Black Martial Arts Society, Jalen Hudson, Stormy B-Man in the building, Chilltime Majors, Adrian Vitt, salute, Jim Diamond, Mac of the South, Greg McCall, Mr. Shelton, Chilltown, Shawland, Andrew Gray, 704 Joe, Main Biker, Andrew 100, Tay, good morning. 88 Sports Talk. Come on in, smash the like button, like and share the video. We are our own algorithm. Let's not leave it up to Miguel or Jerome to do anything for us, because Miguel and Jerome work for Google. And we're talking about their BEWs, their BEWs. And when we do that, when we hold them accountable, because we ain't got to lie on them. We're not having a glorified roast session. It just sounds like that. But when we hold them accountable, they don't like that, because telling the truth is considered hating. And that's a short thought process that these kids have, raised by single mothers, which is why they wear tight jeans, paint their fingernails, put color in their hair, and they think it's normal to greet their male friends with kisses on the mouth. On the mouth. Mel Lane, salute. Dow Big G, Ratchet, what's going on, brother? So this is what we're up against, and we have them dead to rights. 3 Meat, what up? We have them dead to rights. Shout out to Blue Blood Sports TV. Sid Mark, salute. We have y'all dead to rights, and we have mobilized. I'm gonna have me some fun. Oh man. Anyway, Abdul, what up? Devon, what up? All right, so let's get to the smoke. I would like Stormy, salute, with all 3 channels in here. Y'all go subscribe to all 3 of Stormy's channel, and while you're at it, I have Bear Cave pinned. Go subscribe to Bear Cave Entertainment. I want to get it to 510. Let's move the algorithm because they play games. Now they're lying. When you're too successful with your algorithms, they say you can't upload a certain amount of videos a day. Can you believe that? That's the latest mind F. You're uploading too much. Too much uploading could remove you from the algorithm. They told Blue Blood that. I'm not kidding. Documentation beats conversation. I never heard of such a thing. Thomas, what up, brother? Yeah, that's what they told them. So now they want us to put out less content. Mr. Cellblock, salute. Less content to get into the algorithm. Less content means less watch time, which means less bread. Steve Elder Max, salute. This is what the fools at Google are telling us. Rod Neal, salute. It's what they're telling us. Rashad, what up? That's all right. I've taken notes. All I'm saying is when we're in that Zoom meeting, in that court hearing, and they can't explain what they're saying, and the people that they are paid to talk to us and tell us that nonsense, when we figure out that they've been giving us BS answers on the fly, and Google says, all right, look, okay, this is wrong. This is all wrong. This is all wrong. This is all wrong. Let's settle. How much do we owe you? Well, I say you owe me about 10,000 subs. You owe Stormy about the same. You owe the general at least 20,000 subs. We have strikes on our channels. We need those gone. And Syria, salute. We need the money you owe us. Yeah, cut the check. And I'm going to fair use that court hearing. It's going to be the funniest thing. It's going to be a glorious day. And it's not only going to be a win for the boxing community, because I've reached out to a lot of people from different communities. And I say, hey, man, you know, you don't know me, but I just saw your stream about your algorithms being messed up. And y'all put in the chat, what did I find that was consistent? Let's say a brother with a travel channel. Oop, I just gave it away. Let's just say a person with a video game channel that got over 100,000 subs. Now all of a sudden he's saying, man, my notifications aren't going out. What do you think all of those people that don't even watch boxing, what do you think we all have in common? Just take a wild guess. Take a wild guess. Take a wild guess. The men, the women. One thing I noticed, they're all having the same problem. Yep. Yeah, buddy. And they're just getting funky with it now. Now they're lying. You're putting out too much content? Huh? I've never heard of that. I've never heard of that. Where is that in the rules and regulations once you become a content creator? Don't put out too much content now. If this is your gig, if this is your bread and butter, and this is all you have to do all day, why are they capping it? Stop it, man. You guys done lie. And it's, listen, all the conversations are via transcript. If you're a content creator, after you're done talking to the people at YouTube, it gives you an option for them to email you the entire conversation word for word. And I still would recommend screen recording on your phone. Get yourself one of your old phones. You know, you got an old phone laying around your crib. Set it up so it can record the screen of your entire conversation, and just screen record it and drop and drag it onto your onto your external device. Make copies, because even when they send you the transcripts, they could remove parts of bullet points of the conversation. They can't play with me. And like Stormy said, these platforms wasn't made for us. There are people that make money off of social media. Outside of that, they would either be working a conventional job or probably be in jail. This thing wasn't meant for sisters like our sister Cece, you know, to have her troubles and then be able to get a platform to come talk about it, and people enjoy her content and see value in it. And now she's making 6 figures a month. War Report, salute. Nah, War Report, that's Boo Boo Andre. That's an old picture of him, but the AI fucked his face up. This wasn't meant for us. Clarence McLean, salute. Texas T, salute. As soon as black and brown people start interacting and seeing millions of dollars from this, all of a sudden they got to add rules. This happens everywhere we go, because wherever we go, we make it special. If we get a select few of black and brown people start playing in the NHL and start doing different shit in the game that they never seen, and people in the hood start paying attention to the NHL, next thing you know, in New York, in the city of New York, all of a sudden there's Rangers fans in the hood. I bet you they're gonna start changing the game, changing the rules. Oh, you can't do that. He's doing that on the skates. We've never seen that before, and we have to make up a violation for that. It's crazy. Ravens Nations, Just Spark. Convos with Cam, salute. It's always us, but we got them dead to rights. So we're mobilizing. It's just adding on to what I was doing already. I just didn't think they would be this bold, because I already had things in motion. I didn't think they would be in this bold, but they are. And they've gotten too comfortable. And I'm gonna tell you something, blue blood in this community is very important. He's very important. And if they start effing with his channel, what are we gonna be left with? He literally got it out the mud. No tricks, he ain't buck dancing, he ain't playing no music like I'm playing, he ain't playing with no AI like I'm dealing with here. I just do it because I like being creative, and my AI tells a story. I'm just being funny with this. For those of you that find, value in what I do. Blue Blood just cuts the camera on and gets to the facts. Philip D, salute. And I've been following Blue Blood for years. Before I met him, I've been following him for years. He just gets to the facts. He's connected. And he hasn't sold out. Coach Hudson in the building, salute. And I'm telling you, if they start goofing around with his channel, we ain't got a chance. I'm talking about the people that keep the boxing news just straight boxing. We keep it boxing. We do protect our own now. Don't get it messed up. We do. John Pound, salute. We protect our own. We do. But it is boxing first. The problems that Blue has had with his channel over the last couple of weeks, I bet you those others didn't have those same problems. They don't have the problems that we have. Which tells you that there's moderators at Google that side with the other side. And they don't like it when we tell the truth about things that they support. The chrome hearts and greasy braided hair and tattoos. And racist Latinos. They're about that. What do you think Miguel is about? Miguel's not an actual person. It's a metaphor. And now we have Jerome. Yep. Do you know my Sunday show? It wasn't profane. I was just asking a question about truck. It was an honest conversation and a good conversation about Fabio Wardley and which direction he's going to go. Do you know they had to hold out and review it, and they just released the review this morning at 2:46 a.m. Manual review to make sure there was nothing wrong with my stream. Can you believe that? You see what I mean? And I'm like, wow, why they? Well, they'll release it when they release it. And I was just like, man, if they find something wrong with that live stream, I'm going to riot. Now, they released it. I didn't do anything crazy on that live stream Sunday. I couldn't. I was actually very medicated. Aaron, salute. So I'm like, what is the problem now? There is no problem. But after manual review, Tuesday morning, great news. Your live stream is fully monetized. What? Right. Documentation beats conversation. Documentation beats conversation. That's how you know it's a witch hunt. 4-ounce sniper, salute. And you effed up by effing with Blue. You messed up. Because I said, let me see something. I ain't going to drop no names, but Oh, Joseph, interesting you show up. I went to your channel. Interesting. I was actually waiting for you to come back. Joseph is a Tank fan. Joseph's channel, well, he started his channel on Christmas of 2017. Now, if you look at the picture, he's actually a Tank fan. Because one of the things that he said last week was, Tank isn't gay. Is that all you got from the last conversation I had? You wanted to swing in here and say that he's not gay? Now, I want to shine a spotlight on Joseph, all right, because I'm on his page right now. He got Javante Davis highlights. So he's obviously a slurper. He's a Davis slurper. So I'm going to put the spotlight on him, right? Because he's here every morning, but he only jumps in when I mention Tank. So here I am talking about what I'm talking about eclipses Tank. I'm talking about boxing talk. I'm talking about how important a guy like Blue Blood Sports TV is to the community. I'm talking about how Google is suppressing black content creators, and Joseph, with his black skin and cornrows, puts the focus on me because I speak the truth on Tank and he don't like the truth. So congratulations, Joseph. I'm glad you showed up on Monkey Tuesday. I want to talk about Bud and Canelo, and I'm going to get to that. But you have such a personal gripe with me that you can't focus. Your brothers UK, Sam Max, salute. PGH, salute. MJ Total Health. You can't focus. Yeah, I've been on your page right now. See, I know who all you guys are. You are a pillow biter. You wear knee pads daily. You paint your fingernails. You wear skinny jeans. And you want to sleep with Tank Davis. Right or wrong? Now, you can be honest now because we already know about you. We already know about you. Joseph? We already know about you. I'm going to give you space and opportunity, Joseph. Come clean. And since you're on Bear Cave, I hope you subscribed. Come clean. You're not in here for boxing talk. Come back tomorrow, because I'm not going to block you. Come back tomorrow with your fresh manicure and your freshly tightened cornrows, right? Come back tomorrow, because I'm going to cook on boxing, and I'm going to explain how Tank Davis failed the sport with the decision that he made. Can you do that, Joseph? Can you do that, Joseph? Y'all think I'm lying about Joseph? Let me show y'all his page. Let me show y'all his page. I don't have to lie. Let's put the picture up full mass. Let's put it up full mass. Let's go here. Share screen. Joseph. Your man's name is Joseph. Look at that. First of all, brothers and sisters, if you're going to animate your face, anime means Japanese drawings. Understand that they make you look suspect. This is not cool. The first thing I saw, right? He said Gucci spandex. I'm done. The first thing I saw was this, his face. And I'm like, wow, that's not cool. Okay. He has a created playlist updated 6 days ago. All right. And then he has his Tank Davis full playlist. Let's see what he has here. Look, Tank. So he's a slurper. He's a slurper. He doesn't watch boxing. He wants to see Tank punch people. Regardless of who it is, he's going to buy. If he doesn't have, well, you know, he's a kid. He can't afford. He don't pay his Netflix account. His mama does it. His single mama does it. He don't know his dad. So this is his playlist, y'all. I'm not making it up. I'm on his page. Okay, let's learn more about Joseph. What can we learn? Okay, this is his playlist. Let's see. He likes Tupac. All right, he was probably just born. He wasn't even born when Tupac was murdered, but he loves him some Pac. Okay, he got some Nas there. Shout out to Nas. All right, Kendrick Lamar, Not Like Us. This is a kid. B.O.B. All right, this kid, A$AP Rocky. Okay, he's a child, and you have to be patient with the children. You gotta be patient with them kids. You gotta be patient with them crumb snatchers. But ladies and gentlemen, this is Joseph. Okay. Remember what I said? Oak Park, my brother, salute. Remember what I said? People have to qualify to have a conversation. No, Joseph, I'm not cyber stalking you. See, this is another term that they made up. Actually, you're cyber stalking me. You have nothing productive to add to this conversation this morning. And you came in here and insulted me. So I wanted the people to see who you are. They can click on your name and find out themselves. But I'm introducing the Stronghouse to you. Now, here's what I'm going to tell you, Joseph. If you want to be a member of the Stronghouse, sit down and learn something while I talk boxing. But I was talking about something very real in reference to black content creators on YouTube. If you are using this moment to take a personal shot at me because of my position on Tank Davis, that gives me reasonable cause to believe it's only because you want to put Davis in a position in the bedroom. So either A, sit down and learn something, black young man, or be quiet. This isn't cyber stalking. At no point did I tell anybody to find out who you are, where you live, and dox you. Hell no. Everyone in here is about to engage in a conversation, and they're like, yo, who's this? So I introduced the Stronghouse to you. You should be honored, because I didn't block you. cyber stalking. You kids are soft. Soft. Ain't nobody in here gonna do something to you. Because no one's gonna make time. They're gonna laugh at you. Because you're a clown. Youngin', you don't qualify to even talk to me. So when people saying, well, who the fuck is this? I took them to your page. Hey, maybe some trolls are watching and they may sub to you. Maybe I'm giving you the alley-oop. Maybe you can start a channel and say, this is why I hate Drew Titan. Do something. Do something productive, but what you're not doing is anything productive in what we're about to talk about today. Talk to me about Canelo Alvarez, Joseph. Let's see if you can do it. Since I'm stalking you. Cyber stalking. What is that? I have the options to share screen and show who's in the chat. I do this to trolls. Are you a troll, Joseph? Are you a troll, Joseph? Is that your face made in anime, Joseph? Watch this. Watch this. Here comes a question. Joseph, how old are you? You're not blocked. Don't type anything else but your age. How old are you? I'm gonna show y'all something. I bet you I'm older than his mama. I bet you I'm older than his single mother. Don't make me make this a two-part question, Joseph. Because now you're on Front Street. All you have to do is relax. Stop giving me things to do, man. I want to talk about this Canelo shit. Something that you can't do. So tell me how old you are, right? And then I have a Canelo question about you. Because I'm trying to convert you, Y-E-W. I'm trying to create boxing supporters over here. Because boxing is deeper than Tank Davis. Everything I say about Mellow Yellow is justified. My position is justified. You so stupid, you even hear say that I'm concerned about when he fights Jake Paul. I don't even want this fight because it could go left for that young man. You didn't hear me say that, did you? But all you know is tank, and you're going to get him Apollo Creeded that night. Thank you, Benjamin. Yeah, there's that. There's that. But now Canelo, I mean, now Joseph want to get quiet. Yeah, get in the back. What does Blue Blood say? Sit at the kiddie table with your dinosaur-shaped chicken nuggets. Now I'm going to have a conversation about boxing. Learn something, young man. And you're not blocked. Learn something, though. Learn something. I'm talking boxing. You talking about chrome hearts and braids. You don't qualify. We different. I got a wife, some children, a pension plan, about to retire, and all kinds of shit. Oh, we're different. You got painted fingernails, saggy pants, a dead-end job, living with your mama. Oh, we're different. We're different. See, you're not typing no more, right? See, now I'm checking his manhood. Trey, what up? Now I'm checking his manhood. He mad now. I know he mad. I know how these kids move. They're like puppets. I could move them left, move them right. They're like, watch this. Look. There you go. There you go. I'm 27, but what does that have to do with anything? What did anything that you said have to do with what I'm talking about this morning? I'm 27, but what does that have to do with anything? I'm talking about Google putting a kibosh on black channels. And you came in here and insulted not only me, but the black content creators I'm talking about. I'm talking them up. I'm legitimately talking about racial discrimination in Google. And you said, I'm complaining? You're not a content creator. I just came from your page. I wanted to see who's talking. But I noticed you got a lot of Tank Davis videos there. And you're a Tupac fan. But wait a minute, you was a baby when that kid was murdered. Right? Wait a minute, I don't even think you was born. Wait, you 27? My math might be off. So I'm speaking on behalf of black content creators, and I'm about to segue into Canelo Alvarez, and you firing personal shots at me. How's that productive? That's why I asked how old you are, because that was immature. That's why I asked. So if I'm not a tank fanatic like yourself, why do you follow me? Now you want to talk about cyber stalking? What was that? Thank you, Sam Mac. I figured that. He only knows about Pac from what he what he found out in 2010 when he was old enough to pay attention. I lived through that era. I know everything. Darius, what up? I know everything. I was there for it, and it was stupid. Pac and Biggie are dead over nonsense. You see this? You see this? This is what see this? Joseph, let me give you some dadly advice, because I'm probably older than your dad. Be quiet. Be quiet. Because it's not getting any better for you. Be quiet. If you want to learn about boxing, remain silent and just learn it. Coming in here and firing shots because I went off on your favorite fighter, that's not how you do things. That's why I asked how old you are. And as expected, you're a youngin'. You don't know how to engage in a conversation amongst adults. Now, can you contribute to this conversation about Canelo Alvarez like an adult? Yes or no? You see, you wanted attention, I'm giving it to you. I ain't got to cuss you out. I ain't got to scream at you. I ain't got to do all of that. I want you to explain yourself. So you're a Tupac fan because of your dad. But if I ask you what made Tupac special to you, you can't answer the question. You only know generic thoughts. Tupac got on my nerves. Yes. He got on my nerves. And when he got killed that night, I said, well, I saw it coming. I knew that was going to happen. And I said, when that happened to him, I said, Big better be careful. And look what happened. I know how it ends. Nobody want to talk about that. I was there for the whole thing. I was an adult when that happened. I said, look at this. I said, ain't no one going to find out who did it. And no one found out who did it. And I said, Big better, he going to LA. He better say, he going to the Bay. He better stay his ass over here. He went over there on the West Coast and got blicked off. Stupid. Two brothers dead over nonsense. That's what I remember. It was ridiculous. And it worked my nerves. But you like Pac because of your dad. So now he comes back and says, never seen anyone hate on brothers like you do. It's sad. Would you like a link to have a conversation with me? Because it sounds like you need a father. Now I hate on brothers. Meanwhile, I was just talking up black content creators getting shafted. Not only in the boxing community, but in a lot of communities on YouTube. I was talking up brothers and sisters. He didn't hear that. But he says this. Now, would you like a link to have do you need some therapy, young man? You need someone to talk to this morning? Because if I'm not your cup of tea, I don't know why you're even here. But you came in here looking for attention. So this statement, I challenge you to prove that. You're 27. You're capable of having an adult conversation, young man. Would you like to pull up? Yes or no? Prove your case. Would you like to pull up? These are Tank fans, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, oh yeah, Aaron, of course. Of course, Joseph, when you pull up, you got to turn your camera on. Now, I let him live last week. I didn't say, I rock salute. I got your call, bro. I was sleeping, brother. Yeah, I know your heart racing, the adrenaline hit your stomach. Would you like to have a conversation? I'm up for it. Yes or no? Because this right here, I want you to explain that. He said, never seen anyone hate on brothers like you do. It's sad. Of course you're at work right now. You're at work right now. Oh, yeah. You can type or whatever. Right, yeah, you're at work right now. But you can type and you can fling insults. Right. Here's what you do. Pull up tomorrow when I'm talking about Tank. Okay? That's your show tomorrow. That's your show. Crisis, what up? That's your show for tomorrow. Because I'll be talking about your favorite fighter. And I'm not going to mean to fry him. It's just going to point in his direction. I'm not going to mean to fry him. I'm just going to point in his direction. Hey, man. This is your fault. How many of y'all saw the premiere this morning from the General when he taught Floyd Schofield Jr. and Sr.? Y'all saw that? When he was talking about the Muhammad Ali Act? But at the same time, he said, Tank is making a good business decision, y'all. He's making a good business decision. But wait a minute. You can't serve two gods. You can't do that. What Tank is doing has nothing to do with the Muhammad Ali Act. You got to stand on something, brother. And people look at you, brother. People will cut down the middle. They said, who's the face of boxing? I don't know. It could be Tank. It could be Canelo. They weren't even thinking about Bud, right? Yeah, you pull up tomorrow. You don't duck no smoke. Yeah, screenshot that. Because you're ducking right now. I don't think you're at work. You're eating pancakes somewhere. I don't believe you. I don't believe you. I think you're a crybaby, and what I've done is I've attacked your ego at this point. So, yeah, I'll hold you to your word because I'll be talking about Tank and Jake Paul tomorrow and my concerns. Okay. Joseph, if you don't pull up tomorrow, I'm going to do something awful with that avatar. I'm letting you know right now. If you don't pull up tomorrow, I'm doing something awful with that avatar. If you don't pull up tomorrow, I'm doing something awful with that avatar. All right? I'm going to make you famous. You don't duck no smoke. Groovy. Because I'm going to check everything you said tomorrow since you're at work today. Go ahead and get that bread. But in the meantime, get this daily bread. Because I'm going to talk about Canelo and Bud. Get that education that you crave other than my attention. these kids have short attention spans. You gotta be patient, man, because these are the children that were birthed by the children that grew up on Ritalin and Prozac. That generation had babies and they're in their 20s and 30s now, believe it or not. Right? Look at the homosexual activity. If you mess with my avatar, I'll have to report your channel for cyberbullying because that's my face. No, it's not. It's not your face. That's not your face. That's a cartoon. That's not your face. That is a cartoon. You oversensitive dillweed. That is not your face. That is a cartoon. I'm going to say it one more time. That is not your face. That is a cartoon. What the fuck? Do you live near what's that movie? Who Framed Roger Rabbit? Remember where he was from? Toontown? That's how you really look? I could draw a stick figure and call it Joseph. Huh? Yeah. Pull up tomorrow. Pull up tomorrow. Of course he's a YN. He's 27. Of course he's a YN. Look at the music he listens to. Look at who he supports. But I'm going to give you an opportunity to justify everything that you're saying. I'm going to report you for cyberbullying. Meanwhile, I'm on here talking about Google not giving black content creators a fair shake, but I don't support black people. Oh, you're going to have a lot to explain. You have more fire and venom for your avatar than you do black people. That's a sad state of affairs. But you're at work though. Stop talking to me. So Dirty Diablo says, so childish with a pretend wife and kids. Well, I'm glad somebody that speaks Espanol showed up. Take this.
¿Qué opinión tienes del Canelo?
Carrera prefabricada, un gran hacedor de dinero, un gran marketing. Él llega en el momento en que el boxeo hispano necesitaba una figura para revivir la figura del pago por evento en Estados Unidos, que aquí en México ya no funcionó. Tipo poco carismático, tipo prepotente, muy ególatra y para mí un boxeador más. No es...
Nada más.
Sí, porque toda su carrera se la prefabricó. ¿Por qué peleó con Golovkin 3 años después? ¿Por qué peleó con Cotto cuando ya iba de salida? ¿Por qué le ponen a Kovalev y de repente si tú ves en cámara lenta el knockout, creo que en el 8º o 9º round, hasta parece una escena de la película de Rocky? Y yo lo digo y el Canelo me tiene bloqueado, dio órdenes en el Museo de Cera que el día que develaran su estatua yo no podía entrar. A Faitelson no lo dejó entrar a su última pelea. Pues que siga con su farsa. La historia lo va a juzgar al paso del tiempo, porque Julio César Chávez está acá y Canelo es Canelito. Está aquí abajo.
Hey man, I didn't say it. Those are his people that said it. Get mad at me. Ain't that right, Diablo? Dirty Diablo, ain't that right? I know you understood every word he said. And there were subtitles too. You could read it. I'll play it again if you need it. Well, I blocked him. But, you know, take that, Dirty Diablo. All I heard was tinte, canelito, but I could read. Oh, I read that. Oh, I read that. I read that. I read that. So now let's get to the smoke. I didn't give baby Joseph enough time. But we'll see baby Joseph tomorrow. It's like we said all along. I know I said it. Blue said it. Stormy said it. 78 said it. BFTB said it. Black said it. Everybody said it. Everybody said it. Everybody said it. Tried to warn you. You remember when I said, hey, man, look, you know, I've been saying that this dude has a problem facing mobile fighters. You know, the Lava fight only happened because Lava jumped on the podium and disrespected him, and he told Oscar, no, Oscar, he effed with my machismo. Make that fight. And Oscar was like, hey, I don't want to make this fight. He moves too much. Right now, there's a lot of people that say, hey, man, Lara run that damn thing. Lara won it. Bivol was nice to him, didn't decide to walk forward and beat the brakes off of him. Floyd fought him in the pocket. He couldn't throw a rock in the ocean. Boxologist, my brother, salute. Exactly. You know what I mean? Brother said Austin Trout gave him problems. I said that. Boo Boo Andre, he even, payday, you want payday? I know that. Boo Boo would have boxed your face in, man. He said carton face ass ninja. Yeah, exactly. But we'll see him tomorrow. He said, that's my face. I'll report you for cyberbullying. That's my face. No, it's not. No, it's not. These kids idiots, man. But we'll see. We'll see Joseph tomorrow. He don't duck no smoke. We'll see him tomorrow. Even the Charlos 8 years ago. 8 years ago, he could have fought the Charlos. He could have fought Big Charlo. He could have fought Big Charlo, Mall Charlo at 160, and what happened? Franchise. So all of the information was there. You said, man, this dude, if you're not standing in front of him, you could beat him. Yeah, well, I know boxologist, but he need to toughen up, man. These kids is, you know, these kids ain't tough no more, man. I grew up on wrestling in the street and slap boxing. Y'all ever had a slap boxing? Y'all ever been slap boxing with your boy and it got a little real? I did that. That's how I came up. We just did that. Walk up, we didn't say good morning, slap each other in the face. Bam! Yo, what up? What up? We throwing hands. Throwing hands before school. Throwing hands walking to school. Throwing hands in between first and second period. Throwing hands at lunch. Throwing hands after lunch. Throwing hands before you went into the classroom. Throwing hands after school. So by the time you got into a real fight, you had hands. And by the time we got to high school, we started wrestling for real. I mean, like on the team wrestling. Oh my God. Hell no. No. Too many skills. I always said, man, back in my day, the 90s, my group would destroy any of these niggas out here in the street. We knew how to fight for real. Plus, I knew how to box for real in the gym. That's why these kids is shooting each other and stabbing each other. They can't fight. Kids, putty cats. Touché, monsieur putty cat. Chicks with dicks. Come on, man. It's called roughhousing. You know what happened? The government got involved and said, oh, these kids, they just way too rowdy. Take them to the doctor, gave them Prozac and Ritalin. Told them to calm down. It's not calm down. It's called testosterone. Let boys be boys. It's called testosterone. That's how we work through shit. We learn how to control it later. You know who controls the testosterone? Once you bring that shit in the house, who's supposed to check you? Your father. Cut that shit out. I ain't one of your friends out in the street. Your daddy ever told you that? If your daddy ain't ever told you that, either A, you was that good kid and knew to leave that shit in the street, or B, you never tried to check your father. Well, I never tried to test my father. But I knew off the bat, if I brought that bullshit inside the house, he'd check me. I knew that. Some of my friends weren't so lucky. One of my boys came to school with an eye jammy crazy. That's the term you ain't hearing in a long time, an eye jammy. We was like, yo, who jumped you? Yo, what happened? Nah, nothing, man. Nah, who did that? Who did that? We gonna get him. My pops. We was like, oh, well, I don't want no smoke with your pops. We already knew he went home and did something stupid. My man's pops was a fucking Marine, bro. You best believe we ain't one. And he looked like a Marine. He had a big old, like, square jaw, always clean shaven with a mustache. You ain't want no smoke with this dude. Came to open school night. Yeah, parents came to open school night back then. Corbin, what up? Came to open school night, right? In his fucking uniform, bro. The buttons matched up with the belt buckle, with the zipper, and shook the teacher's hand, scared the shit out the teacher. I said, yo, that's your, all right. So when he came to school with a swole eye, we knew he had fucked up and he ain't want no smoke. He was like, all right, well, I guess you deserved it. I don't even want to know what you did. Leave me out of it. Don't even tell me. And back then, the teachers ain't asked nothing. They just smiled. You know why? Because back then, the fucking parents had the teachers back. Today, your mama busts into the school with her cheeks hanging out the bottom of her shorts talking about, why John failing? Well, while you was at the club, you were supposed to be helping with the homework. Oh, yeah, boxologist, yeah. We're reviewing everything Canelo did today. And it ain't going to take long. Yeah, well, y'all house lives is fucked up. You hear that, Joseph? BVO, what up? You hear that, Joseph? You better come correct tomorrow. You come up here and try and roast, it ain't going to work out for you. It's not going to work out for you. So please stick to the facts. You made some accusations towards me. I want you to stand on it. And we'll be talking about your favorite tank. Either you're going to learn or you're going to make a fool of yourself. But I'll see you tomorrow. Looking forward to it. I was looking forward to it today. I'm looking forward to it tomorrow. So pull up. Don't make me put your name in the title. Don't make me do it. Don't make me do it. These kids. There's still hope for you, Joseph. There's still hope. Anyway, I know what it's about, y'all. You know, I just showed you his channel. He has Tank highlight videos, and he don't like what I have to say about Tank. That's what it is. He can't make sense of anything Tank has ever done in his life. But I'm gonna give him an opportunity to. And what he did was he tried to flip it and insult me. You can't insult me. You can't. It's not gonna work. I have the truth on my side. But I'll give you 24 hours to get it together and back up what you said. Or you can apologize. But your ego's too big for that. But you're going to come in here tomorrow and try and raise all kind of hell and overtalk me. That's not going to work. You're going to try and cuss. That's not going to work. Because I'm going to stick to the facts. I'm going to stick to the facts. But first, we're going to talk about the allegations towards me. So you got some homework to do. Now I want everyone here to remember, this kid, don't worry, I started. Geez, why are you always crying about everything? That was his first statement. All right. Then later he says, never seen anyone hate on brothers like you do. But when he pulled up and I was quote unquote crying, I was talking about black content creators getting shafted by Google. So if I was crying about that, which is a justifiable gripe, how am I hating on brothers? You see that, Joseph? But in closing, you said this. So pull up tomorrow. Pull up tomorrow. Can't wait to have this conversation. So anyway, Canelito. That's what Canelito? That's what the dude in the video said. That's what he called him, Canelito. He says Chavez is up here and Canelito's down here. Chavez fought his contemporaries. Eric Morales fought his contemporaries. One of his contemporaries was Marco Antonio Barrera. Those guys hated each other. They fought their contemporaries, though. Juan Mero Marquez, not only one of my favorite Mexican fighters of all time, but he's like one of my favorite fighters of all time. Check the resume. He didn't win everything, but God damn it, he got in there. He got in there. You didn't hear him say, hey, man, I ain't got to fight the baby bull, Juan Diaz. Look at my resume. He could have did that to him, but he got in there on HBO Boxing After Dark and fought that guy. Effed around and almost lost, too. Almost lost. Came back and stopped him. Crazy work. But that's what fighters do. Super respect for Juan Mero Marquez. That's where the term Mexican heart comes from. When you behave in that manner. That's why they love Mexican fighters. That's why I love Mexican fighters. And then there's Canelo. 78 Sports TV. Salute, brother. Yes, sir. Then there's Canelo. I supported Canelo once upon a time. When he signed to fight Gennady Golovkin, I was actually at the Hulu Theater, and there was a group of Mexicans there with a big old flag. I said, give me that! And I was waving the Mexican flag in the theater. No cap, Thomas will tell you. I was waving their flag. Yes, I was. I supported Canelo, man. And I ain't got to tell y'all the story because it went beyond 3 strikes. How much am I supposed to deal with? You ducked Triple G, I dealt with that. You finally fought him to a draw, I dealt with that. I thought you won the rematch more convincingly. Fine. Then you want to pop dirty. And I said, well, shit, was he dirty in the Golovkin fights? What the hell was that? And then the franchise status? How much am I supposed to take? No, I had to let him go. So when people say, oh, man, you're hating on Canelo because he's Mexican. Nonsense. No, I just explained to you. I gave you the short version. Y'all don't know about me going back and forth with people on Facebook over Canelo. Y'all don't know that. I was doing that. Thomas was there. My brother Xavier was there. That was before I had a YouTube channel. In fact, I brought some of that energy to my YouTube channel. Until when I started my YouTube channel, when he was franchised out, but he was trying to fight Badu Jack. That was one of my first videos. I did it in the dark. I was like, man, he's trying to pad his legacy. He's trying to go to cruiserweight. What's he doing that for? Who's Avni Yildirim? You want to tell me that Boo Boo Andre wants a payday, but you gave payday to Abney Yildirim. And what was we hearing? Oh, well, you know, Abney is a sparring partner, so, you know, he's just trying to get him paid. Oh, so we fighting sparring partners now? Oh, we have friend. It's his friend now. We can get him paid. Y'all deal with that? Some of those same Canelo fans laughed at Tank when he said, "Oh man, you know Tank." When his fans says, "Oh, well, that's his friend from the DMV. They know each other from the amateurs. He's trying to get his boy paid." I said, "Well, that's a direct contradiction to Boxing Ego's love letter when he said he ain't trying to be friends with anyone in or around his weight division." I said, "Well, that's strange. That is strange. That's a contradiction, isn't it?" Could be me. No, it's not me. I say that sarcastically. It's not me. It's not me. It's definitely not me. Oh, Dion, yeah, they tried to boost Triple G, man. That was another guy we supported, and the industry did exactly what I knew they were going to do. They hijacked him. Oh, he's greater than Marvin Hagler. They even flew Marvin Hagler into a convention for him to take pictures with him. I said, man, he's not even better than B-Hop at 160. What are they doing? You see? But the uneducated will take what Max Kellerman says and run with it. Exactly, Stormy. The night he fought Abney Yildirim, do y'all know Anthony Durrell fought that night? Not to say that he'd have beat him, but Anthony was a better opponent. That means they could have signed that fight 3 months prior and went to camp and fought that night. I'd have taken that. I'm not saying Durrell would have beat him. I'm not saying he'd have beat him, but I'm saying, come on, who the fuck is Abney Yildirim? You want to tell me Boo Boo Andrade ain't deserve it? You want payday, I know that. But you fight Abney Yildirim, and then you go to the UK and fight, who'd he beat up? One of those British dudes. Liam's, one of those Liams. I said, what the hell is going on here? Jay, what up? Yeah, 78, the race is completely, they hijacked Triple G. Triple G was just minding his business, moving up in the rankings, and then they said, hey, we got one. He's from Who Gives a Effistan, and, you know, I know he kind of look Asian. He's from that weird part in Russia where Russia's next to China. So they look kind of Asian, but they're Russian. You know, like Bivol. And who was the other guy that fought Bernard Hopkins? What was that guy's name? I thought he was Chinese. He was Russian. Remember that guy? What was his guy? That Russian dude that fought Bernard Hopkins. I'll know the name when I see it. The diesel, pale Russian dude. He looked Asian in the face. No, it's bothering me. Let me find it. Let me look his name up. I'll know the name when I see it in 2 seconds. Shumanov. Beibut Shumanov. He's from Kazakhstan. Yeah, champ size correct. He went on the UK Bombash. He did. Beibut Shumanov. Let me show y'all. Let me show y'all this guy. I told you, those dudes in Kazakhstan, they look, it's like Kazakhstan is like on the borderline of China. And all those guys look like this. Look at this dude. Look at him. He's from Kazakhstan, y'all. You could have told me that was Gogo 13. You could have told me that was a villain in the Sonny Chiba movie. You could have told me he's from Korea. I'd have believed you. This guy. These cats just look like that. Lada, salute. There it is. He ended his career at cruiserweight, 6'2". His last fight, I don't even know these guys. I know B-Hop got in his head really bad. He boxed a horrible fight. Yeah, but he retired. But he was strong. He was a strong fighter. He was real strong. He was real strong. But my point is, salute Ladas, I appreciate you. Thank you. My point is, with this nonsense with Canelo, I need y'all to stop. It's over now. Because even people yeah, Thomas, yeah, B-Hop dropped him. Even from what I was told on not Telemundo, I'm bugging, ESPN Deportes, my Spanish-speaking brothers and sisters was like, yeah, they don't fuck with Canelo over there either. I'm like, well, why not? They said, nah, they keeping it a stack on him. What we see, they see. And I'm going to remind y'all one more time, this is coming from his team. Listen carefully.
Is it safe to say you were not stunned by what happened when he faced Canelo?
No, I picked him to win. I picked him to win, and that's the style that we avoided. The 12 years that we had Canelo, we avoided that style. The only reason the Lara fight got done was because Canelo insisted on it. But even Austin Trout gave him problems. Lara gave him problems. That's a style that we avoided. Mayweather did. And I felt that it was going to be a very similar fight to the Mayweather fight. I felt that Crawford was going to win a decision. I didn't think it was going to be that lopsided. I thought it was going to be a lot closer, but I felt that Crawford was going to beat him in a decision.
What?
Well, in one interview, you know what this reminds me of? The Floyd Mayweather Manny Pacquiao ridiculousness. About 5 years of that crap. And then when they threw the mic in Freddie Roach's face, after the fight is made, they had their stare down or whatever. And they say, well, Freddie, why did this take this long to make? And he says, you know, we couldn't agree on the drug testing, but, you know, I mean, I said, well, I've been saying that for 4 years on YouTube, and I've been called all kinds of niggas in Flomos. I just said, man, just agree to take the test. Oh, well, if he agrees to take the test, then Floyd's going to come up with something else. Okay, well, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it, and I'll hold Floyd accountable. But right now, he just wants him to take the test. Just say yes. It took Manny 4 years to say yes. In other words, it took him 4 years to flush whatever he had going on in the system out. That's what I was led to believe. Because I know if it was Floyd talking about, hey, man, I ain't taking no OSDT, the world would have stopped. But because it was Manny and they loved him, they allowed him to get away with that crap until Marquez flatlined him. And speaking of Marquez, I'm going to keep it a stack. I've never seen Juan Manuel Marquez with that much back knee in my life. I know what I was looking at. But you know why he did what he did? And let me be clear what I'm saying. I think he juiced up for that fight, the fourth fight. I think he juiced up for that fight. But he knew that if they harped on drug testing for that fight, they would look at them strange and say, well, how come you would do it? You want it for Marquez, but you wouldn't do it for Floyd Mayweather. And they couldn't deal with that. Ja, what up? They couldn't deal with that. Brother Cole, salute. They couldn't deal with that. They couldn't deal with that. And Freddie Roach said it. We didn't harp on drug testing because we refused to take it in the past, meaning Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather asked for OSDT. They called him Chicken Floyd, and they made all kinds of memes. They put his face on the Kentucky Fried Chicken poster. Y'all saw that? I still have it. Press 1 if you never saw it. Salute the champ side. If you never saw them put the Chicken Floyd if you never saw it. You never saw it? They put his face on the KFC. It's old. You never saw it? Oh, look at that. Andrew Huerta is in his camp, known for shady work. That's why I said, I fucks with Marquez, but you know what? I think he was juiced in that fight. I'm keeping it a stack. But I also think Manny was juiced the majority of his career. Well, when he got in the limelight, I think he was juiced. And the only reason why he ducked Floyd was because of the OSDT. Boxologist says when John Ryder became Canelo mandatory and he fought him immediately, I knew what time it was. And Triple G wasn't better than Michael Nunn. Where's his Donald Curry? Brother, exactly. Exactly. But they put Triple G on this goddamn pedestal. The racists, like the general said, the racists completely hijacked Triple G. Rich, what up? They completely hijacked him. So, hey, Joseph, I know you're listening. I need you to take your phone out your pocket. I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt. You're at work. Take your phone out the pocket and look at the screen. All right? This is the type of shit we was dealing with during the Floyd Mayweather-Manny Pacquiao era. You see that? I was catching strays just for being a black content. I wasn't even creating content. I was just in the chats. This is before live streams. When you have to comment on the video and refresh the page to see if someone responded to you, you be in an argument with somebody for months. Remember that? Mike, what up, Mike? This. Because the man wanted OSDT. This. Y'all remember the Run DMC shirts? It said Run Floyd. Oh, man, they were on our ass. Yeah, Badger Wolf, all of that. All of that. Big Joe Townsend, salute. Jay Hand, what up? Remember this? Hey, Joseph, you weren't even on YouTube when this was happening. Isaiah, what up? Okay? I said, this is creative. This is what they do. Back then, this is like a decade ago. And I said, man, AI is getting scary. And this was just still memes. Now look what I'm doing. See that? He said, got to switch Floyd out with Tim Bradley. You know what? You ain't lying. I might work on that. I said, sheesh, look at this. But this is what we were dealing with, buddy. Where were you? Hey, Joseph, real quick. Where were you when we went hard on Ryan Garcia? Why I never saw you in my chat? Talking about, yeah, this is what they do to black people. Where were you? They literally, Joseph, they literally yanked a live stream off my air. They yanked it off the air. Didn't even give me a strike. They just stopped my live stream. It had like 500 people listening. And I was going off. I wasn't cussing or nothing like that. I was going off on Ryan Garcia and how he's being treated. And when I say how he's being treated, I mean they putting him on a pedestal. Oh, man, they ignore the racial things because, he was drunk or he's on drugs and, he didn't really mean it. And I'm like, nah, get out of here. Yank my shit right off the air, Joseph. And I'm on here defending black people. It goes beyond Devin Haney. The man said, I want to kill George Floyd and I want to resurrect him and kill him again and join the Ku Klux Klan. That's what he said, Joseph. Where were you? You've been on YouTube since 2017. Where were you? When we were out here fighting on that. When people were coming in our chat calling us all kinds of N-bombs, where were you? You don't care. You know why? I saw on your page, one of the highlight reel knockouts you have there is Ryan Garcia. And we know about Tank and Ryan. Joseph, please show up tomorrow. Please show up tomorrow. I have questions. I have questions. Young Rick, salute. Shemaine, what up? Yeah. Yeah. I'm on here talking about black people, sticking up for black people. But these niggas cross the line. When I say, hey man, Tank could have did this, Tank could have did that, and they get mad. Yeah, Badger Wolf, you know what you're talking about. Guillermo Regendow and the Donez is family here. The Donez is family. In saying that, that was Rigo's best win and worst loss. That was his best win and worst loss. Because he pulled that out against my brother Nonito, and they shafted him. I'm like, what the fuck is happening here? My God. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. You see? You see? But he at work, though. You talking about Devin under snack juice? I told you, didn't I tell you? I know what kind of kid this is. I will answer your question tomorrow. I will answer all of your questions tomorrow. I will answer all of your questions. You see, he started typing once I played that Tank video. Everything else I said, he has nothing to say. Where were you at with Ryan Garcia was calling us niggas and everything else? Where were you at when I was defending Floyd and they put his face on the KFC thing? He was quiet. Soon as I played the Tank video, he shows up. I'm telling you, I know what kind of fools these dudes are. Didn't I tell you? I told you. And his ego made him type that. You're at work. Why are you typing to me? Do your job, and I'll see you tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow. He's talking about the snack program. This is going to be brilliant. I'll see you tomorrow, Joseph. I'm not answering no questions. I've dealt with 1,000 Josephs. I know where you go to get your information. I can tell you the channels that you frequent. And I'm going to tell you something about those channels. They ain't smart. You're just helping them add to their AdSense. Because they make no sense. They're saying, F that. I'm all about the 22nd of this month. I'm cool. They ain't gonna be here to speak for you tomorrow. They ain't gonna be here to speak for you tomorrow. Pull up tomorrow, turn your camera on. We're gonna have a conversation. I'm not gonna answer your question, but I remember this. Yeah, Badger Wolf, Nonito's my birthday, brother. We got a birthday coming up, November 16th. That's the fam right there. Thank you, Tay Tay. Please go subscribe to my Patreon. Go subscribe to Bear Cave Entertainment. All of that. I'm going to do a Patreon today. It's going to be called Where the Tough Guys At. Where'd they go? Because these kids ain't shit. Oh, my God. Pussycats. Typical. All I had to do was post a Tank video and he start typing. I can't let that go. I gotta defend my B-U-B-U. B-E-W, B-E-W. My B-U-B-U. Please, dude, pull up tomorrow. You have to. Pull up tomorrow. All right? Get your hair braided, whatever it is you kids do. Your eyebrows done or whatever it is, your mascara. Turn your camera on and we gonna cook. We gonna cook. All right? I'll answer all your questions tomorrow. That question you put, it's not even a good question, but remember it. Because you're going to ask it tomorrow. Get focused. Do your homework. The real OG Mr. Mont, salute. You see this shit? Exactly, Tay-Tay. Lord, save the children, man. Save the children. Save the children. I'm trying to save them, man. I'm trying to save the children. I gotta save the kids, man. Gotta save the kids. But what can you do when the kids don't want no education? You know what I'm saying? What do you do? Yo, wait a minute. He don't have a playlist. He don't have, I want you to understand something. He has a playlist of rap music and Tank Davis. I need you to let that marinate for a minute. I'm going to say something that y'all not going to like. All right. He got Tupac up there, right? You know what? I better leave that alone. Because y'all really not going to like it. Y'all know I used to do security for these rappers, right? Back then. Okay. Y'all saw that footage or that picture of Tupac? Well, hold on. Let me do this. Hold on. Oh, boy. How do you want it? How do you feel? How you want it? How you feel? I remember that song, right? Okay. Thug Life. Thug Life, right? Cool. Thug Life. All right. Can I tell y'all real quick about idol worshiping? Or Badger Wolf, about that Andre Ward statement you made? 100%, yes. Some of y'all never saw this. That ain't Photoshop. Okay? Can I tell y'all something about yeah. Brothers UK, salute, brother. Soul to soul, absolutely. Keep on moving. Hey, bro, they hit hard over here. When they came out, woo! We were like, hold on, We saw them on Soul Train. And when they gave them the mic, they started talking. We said, oh shit, they're British. We were like, hell yeah. They get it. Soul to soul, they get it. They were popping over here in the States. Brothers UK, Soul to Soul was popping over here. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. They were popping over here. Salute to them. Let me tell y'all something about idol worshiping. Joseph, your dad was into Tupac, and now you're into Tupac. Badger Wolf says that during the digital underground era, and I say this respectfully, I don't care what era this was in, because this is an era. ERROR. I already done made the shirt. This era is in error. In what universe? Let me ask y'all a question. Are any of you, I don't care if y'all have a physique, I'm in shape. You know, Black Martial Arts Society is in shape. A lot of you brothers in here are in shape. Y'all doing that on the stage? That right there? And at least not getting tipped by women, I hope. Listen, man. I was born in 1975. I came up in the middle of what they call the disco era. There was a lot of fugazi shit going on there. There was a lot of groups that had hits, but they were fugazi. The Village People, they had a song called Macho, Macho Man. But what do we know about the Village People? I remember when that song was playing on the radio. Well, a little bit. My pops was like, he would shake his head like, man, those guys. Those guys. I was like, what does he mean? What does he mean? Hey, go my mom. Oh, stop. He's like, man, those guys. And it didn't dawn on me until I got a little older. I'm like, oh, man. There was a dude named Sylvester. He had a lot of stuff playing on the radio, too. I'm old now. You make me feel mighty real. You make me feel. And it's like, is that a woman? And then I saw the video when I got older. I said, what the fuck? What's going on here? Oh. Now I sound like my dad. Oh, man, these guys. These guys. So when you idol worship, you don't know exactly what you're worshiping. All those Diddy jokes, right? All those Diddy jokes, right? Y'all had a lot of jokes. But Biggie is in your top 10. Well, Biggie was running around Diddy. Diddy, that wasn't new behavior. He been like that. He been like that. You're not looking at Biggie kind of strange now? Y'all remember Craig Mack? Y'all know why he died? Y'all know why he walked away from the industry? Yeah, Tay, I know you love you some Tupac and you're getting off on this pick, but you know what? That thing probably been in some places where, you know, there's boo-boo stains in the front and the back of the drawers. And that's how women get fooled when cats do that. Salute to y'all. Oh, my God. Look. What Pac achieved, you and your entire generation never will. Our ancestors in the continent used to dress like this. I'm reading it how you wrote it. Our ancestors in the continent used to dress like this. Our ancestors didn't have access to elastic. And we're not in Africa. Young man. And what do you mean, my generation? Pac was my generation, idiot. You just heard me say I was born in 1975. How old was Tupac? He said, your generation never will. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Tupac was born in 1971. He is 4 years older than me. A year younger than my older brother. Tupac is my generation. You foolish mortal. This is my boy. Unbelievable. Oh, you gotta pull up tomorrow.
You fool-ass earth man.
Oh my God. So now I'm talking, now understand, he's at work, but he could talk about, when I talk about idol worshiping, he got in his feelings. I talk about Tank, he's in his feelings. Now I'm talking about Tupac, and I put up this picture. And he's typing now. You gotta pull up tomorrow. Oh, I win, salute. Hey, man, I heard some things I can't deny or confirm because I never saw things with my own two eyes. But the word around the industry was that a lot of people dipped and dabbed, and he was one of them. I can't deny or confirm because I never saw shit with my own two eyes. But what I am saying is, I wouldn't be on a stage like that. Now, I ask y'all a question. If I could throw you in a time machine and send you to a Pac show, would you be sitting in the front row at this one? Real shit. On my time machine, I said, look, man, this is the only show I can send you to. You got to go now. You got to go now. It's the only one. In this, on the stage, I'm just one of you. He's on there bouncing around in a tiger stripe bikini brief that Joseph said our ancestors in the continent used to dress like. Oh, yeah. But you got to go to this concert, though. And you got to sit front row. And you'll be looking up at this all night long. You going? Tell me you're going, Joseph. To this concert right here. Tell me you're going. Go ahead. Nah, well, you know, he's performing his hits. Nah, I mean, you know, he's doing his hits. Nah, I'm saying, California Love. Nah, I mean, go give it to me, man. Tell me you're going to this concert right here. I understand if Tay-Tay goes. I understand if Cam goes, all the sisters, if Shaquilla goes and Queen, I understand if I get it. I want to know, Joseph, if you're going to this concert right here. What in God's name?
¡Ay, Miguel! ¡Miguel!
Right. Because you'd ask to go backstage and I'd be hearing Pac screaming.
Get your hand off my penis!
Yeah, Joseph. I got questions. You please pull up tomorrow, dogs. Pull up tomorrow, young man. Nigga said my era will never be. Motherfucker, I was born in 1975. What you mean? You don't know nothing about this dude, Tupac. You only know what your dad told you and what the media is telling you now. The same media that has him now down as some sort of martyr. And by the way, we're only martyrs when we're dead. But when we're alive, you don't know. You wasn't here when Pac was in the news, getting shot every fucking other week. The media saying he's a menace to society and all. You wasn't here for that. That picture was before he had Thug Life tattooed on his belly. And then he said, "Nah, I'm done with it." And right when he said, "I'm done with it," they killed him. You weren't here for that. You love Ali, right? It's a sexy thing to say. "Oh, I love Muhammad Ali. Oh, he's the GOAT." You don't know that they hated him, niggas included. They hated Ali. When he was shaking and incoherent, then they loved him. He died, now they love him more. And they projected that on Floyd Mayweather, and I protected him. Now, is he an asshole? Yeah, he is. But I did what I was supposed to do as a black man when he was active. Now watch how I bring the conversation back to Bud. I did it for him too, because that's who I am. I have my issues with Bud and how he ran his business, but you know what? Where he landed is right where he's supposed to be, and I have no choice but to respect it. And I could say I appreciate that, brother. He did it his way. It didn't make sense to me, but he ended up right where he needed to be. Legacy is intact. Money, generational wealth is intact. I was concerned, but he's fine now. And I respect the Bud. Anything other than that, then I'll call you a fucking hater. This man did it his way. You gotta respect that. What Canelo did was take shortcuts, and he was celebrated for it. The reality is, if anybody deserved $100 million a fight, it was a guy like Bud. Hell, it was a guy like Errol. Check the resume. His only loss was to who? The pound-for-pound king in the world. But I'll be damned, he did clean up his side of the street, did he not? Y'all gonna tell me that Canelo deserved the bread he was getting after he tried the legacy pad and go fight Badu Jack and tell him, "Hey, I'll fight you for your cruiserweight title, but you got to come down 18 pounds." As if Badu's a fat guy. He said, "How about I extend you the finger, the middle one, and you go ahead and fight David Benavidez." He said, "Fight David. All he has to add is an extra 20 pounds on fight night." How much did Edgar Berlanga add on fight night? 20 pounds. But Benavidez went up to cruiserweight. The light heavyweight. It was 5 pounds lighter. He was 5 pounds lighter on his fight night than Edgar Berlanga was on his fight night versus Canelo. Canelo ain't say a word. So in other words, he gets $100 million for ducking his contemporaries. And I'm supposed to say, "Hey, and be quiet"? He ducked Jamal Charlo. And then we did decide to fight a Charlo. He fought the one that was from 54. Y'all made excuses for him when he fought Floyd Mayweather. "Oh, he was too green." Man, that dude had like 50 fights, man. Stop it. Then he lied about the weight. "Oh, he drained me too." No. You said you would come in at a particular weight. And Floyd held you to that because you said it. You fought Lara, got away with murder. You fought Austin Trout. You got lucky on that. Bivol beat your ass. You ducked Maul at 60, invented a status so you didn't have to fight him. Had people looking at Andre like he was crazy. He was not crazy. He was right. At least Andre fought Benavidez is something Canelo would never do, especially at this point in his career. Thank you, G. McCall. That part too. So I knew what his kryptonite was, and then enter Bud, and I said, "You know what? First of all, Bud's the bigger guy. Don't believe that 175 shit. Bud's the bigger guy. He's a little bit taller and got bigger reach. This is not a mismatch like you think it is. Everyone's entitled to their opinion. But myself and a few of my brothers was like, yo, you know, Bud's all wrong for Canelo. I could be wrong because Bud could go in there and get his head knocked off. But nah. And chat, how many people came into this comment section and was saying, remember that alleged 58-year-old man? If Canelo wins, close your channel. Why would I close my channel? I'll close boxing. If he wins, I got it. I got the call wrong. I'm still gonna talk about it. If he beats Bud, I'm gonna give him props. Where's that guy? Where's the other kid? Figure drawing. He was in my comment section all week, and when he was getting obliterated in basic conversation, he was showing up to my other channel trying to debate me on adult conversations. And I said, look, I know what you're trying to do. It's not working. Just be here Sunday. When Bud wins, just be here Sunday. And if Bud loses, I know you're going to be here. But be here when he wins. You haven't seen him since the Saturday that Canelo lost. Strange, right? Right. You cats are fans of fighters. You're not supporters of the sport. And that's why you will never, and I'm talking to Joseph because you're still here, you're listening. You will never topple me in a debate about this sport because you don't know it. You don't even know what you think you know about a fighter. But I'm going to get you right tomorrow. I'm going to exercise that demon. Let me get you right. Imagine. I've known people say, hey, man, I got into boxing because I watched James Toney. And then, you know, I just kept following boxing. And now they have a decent education about the sport. I can respect that. These kids today, all right, watch this. Let me put up his last comment. What'd he say? What'd he say? Oh, I'm not gonna scroll up. It's like whatever. He said, we'll never reach or achieve what Tupac did. As a supporter of the sport, you'll never achieve or reach anywhere that we are right now. We're supposed to be passing this sport on to the next generation of people that can have a voice and speak on behalf of these fighters, something that we do here on social media very well, because old media don't do it. Old media will tell you that Alexander Usyk is #1 pound for pound in the world. And two things, Usyk is a heavyweight champion, and heavyweights aren't supposed to be on the pound for pound list. Joseph, you just learned something. And insult to injury, Usyk will tell you he's not #1 pound for pound. He'll tell you it's Bud. Go! So Usyk is telling you who it is. Usyk. They did that to Lomachenko. Hey, man, I think you're #1. He said, oh, no, it's not to me. It's Bud Crawford. You remember that? They did it to Mikey Garcia. Hey, man, you think it? No, man, it's Bud. They've been saying that. Wait a minute. How many pro fighters said Bud was #1 pound for pound? It's like 4 of them. Loma said it. Usyk said it. Mikey Garcia said it. I'm missing somebody. Goddamn Teddy Atlas trying to tell us, hey, man, I think Loma's #1 pound for pound. He lost his second pro fight. Said that straight to Bud's face after he racked up another win. Yeah, this right here. I made this meme, y'all. I made it the night it happened. I just forgot who he beat. And Andre Ward was still undefeated because he never lost, but he was still active. This is before the Kovalev fight. So you had 2 pound for pound guys right there. Bud just scored a knockout victory. He told Bud, unprovoked, straight to his face, that he said Lomachenko's #1 pound for pound. How? How? But I hate black folk, though, right? Right, Joseph? I hate black folk, right? Man, I've legitimately been standing in the pocket and sticking up for my people before you could form a sentence, young man. But we'll talk tomorrow. We're going to chop it up tomorrow. It's going to be fun. Well, for me it is. It's going to be fun. I'm just going to ask you to watch your language. Don't turn your camera on and start flashing your parts. Don't do that. Let's have a conversation as adults. You're a youngster, but you're legal to drink. And you're over 25. But we're going to get to the bottom of you. And we're going to see if you want to learn about the sport. First of all, I want to see how much you know about the sport. Then I want to see if you want to learn about the sport. And then we'll get to the bottom of what your gripe is. But hold on to that snack shot you fired. Hold on to that. Mother F. Lomachenko. That's how I feel. Cortez, what up? Mother F. Lomachenko. And celebrating guys like Lomachenko and Kovalev and the Klitschko's and, you know, Triple G's of the world. And I'm standing here, a supporter of the sport, a black man, like, yo, hold on a minute. Wait a minute. All of these guys got contemporaries. What are you talking about? Joseph, where were you when Triple G was trying to go to 168 to fight Cesar Chavez Jr. and Andre Ward said, yo, if you come into 168, you come into my neck of the woods. You're fighting me. And they told Andre Ward, stop bullying the smaller guy. Hence, when he started calling him Little G. Andre Ward started that. So they told Andre Ward, stop bullying the smaller Lil G, whom, at the time, his trainer told us Triple G beats up light heavyweights and cruiserweights in sparring, and black fighters don't sell. You know, Abel Sanchez said that, Joseph. I did a video on that. When Abel Sanchez says black fighters don't sell, they're unexciting. I did a video on that. Where were you? I had to put up a highlight reel of black people knocking people out. Active fighters. That's what Abel Sanchez said. And then when he said, hey, man, you know, you're going to light heavyweight. No, you're going to 68. Why don't you fight Ward? The public said, Ward, you're trying to bully the little guy. And Ward don't deserve a Triple G fight. He's always injured. I said, well, he won the Super 6. They said the Super 6 was 1 million years ago. I said, well, Triple G's amateur career was 2 million years ago. But that's a major marketing point to all of these guys from the Ukraine or wherever they're from. Y'all always market, oh, they got 1,000 amateur wins in a row. I'm like, so what? They turned pro at 30. They've been beating on 15-year-olds. What the hell's going on here? Where were you when I was talking like that, Joseph? Where were you? And then what does Abel do? Abel Sanchez, you know, sticking up for Triple G. When Triple G got that DAZN deal, what did he do? He got rid of him. And what did Abel say? Ah, man, I consider him like a son. No. You know Triple G is a twin, right? You know he got a twin brother? You know that? He be in his corner. His brother looks just like him, but like not in as good a shape. Looks just like it's his twin brother, literally. They know who their father is. You're not their father. And the next time I saw Fable Sanchez, where was he? He was in the corner of Dominic Brazil. Dominic Brazil. Dominic Brazil. What color is Dominic Brazil, though? Uh-oh. Dominic Brazil, black man, right? I know he got that good hair. Black man, though, right? But black fighters don't sell. Start working with a black man. Oh. Oh. We haven't seen him since. Well, I haven't seen him since. Thank you, egalitarian. Norris. Yeah, the Norris brothers. The black fighters don't sell. And by the way, Joseph, they also told Andre Ward, why don't you go up and fight KK Kovalev? Sergey Kovalev, who's an open racist, the Russian, the woman beater. That guy. So don't bully the smaller Triple G who knocks out heavyweights, but go up and fight the killer Kovalev. And you're not active anyway. He went up there and beat him not once, but twice. The first one, they said, oh, Kovalev got robbed. He ran it back and knocked him out. Stopped him. So when I'm out here speaking up for black fighters, Joseph, I don't recall seeing you in any of my chats or any of my brothers or sisters' chats when we pointed out these discrepancies. But you know what did happen, Joseph? This is why you got to be careful with language. I had others, meaning non-black people, saying, why you always crying? Sound familiar, Joseph? Didn't you just say that to me earlier, about an hour ago? Why you always crying? Y'all always crying. What do you mean when, what do you think they meant when they say y'all? Y'all always crying. Y'all always crying. Y'all, Joseph. Because you know what's funny? If you just be in the chat, just saying, hey, salute, some non-black will come in here and call all of us niggas. What are you going to say? Oh, no, I disagree with Drew. So that makes you not a nigga? Okay, if word, I don't watch Taco Hat. He said that. He told motherfuckers to put thousands on Canelo. Look, Taco Hat can afford to do that. The average person couldn't. And to bet on Canelo that night, you really wasn't getting nothing unless you like put a lot of money on it. Bud was the underdog. You came up if you bet on Bud. Yeah. So I'm just trying to figure some things out, young brother. But we're going to talk tomorrow, right? We're going to cook tomorrow, though, right? Just give me a thumbs up, young brother. You see, I'm still calling you brother. See, I can have it out. See, we can have a disagreement, right? But I'll still consider you a brother until, you know, you go off the deep end. But we got some conversations we need to discuss here because you're still in this little bubble by choice. I see your arguments about snack and everything. This is old shit that we debunked in real time. Harwin is saying, can we bring egalitarian? He claiming Floyd duck Pacquiao. I call bullshit. Well, what's going on in the chat? What's happening? Kevin, that super chat salute. He said Bivol said Bud is the best as well. Yeah, that's who I was. Yeah, Bivol said it. So it was Usyk, Bivol, Loma, and Mikey Garcia. The only motherfuckers running through here talking about, hey man, I think so-and-so's pound for pound number one is Teddy Atlas, who I think at times is a few French fries short of a Happy Meal. Says he's claiming Pacquiao didn't turn down the fight because of the peg test. We can come on right now and bet. Well, I guess that's up to egalitarian. I mean, if y'all got something going on, I mean, if y'all that's up to him. That's up to him. Hold on. Because I had all of this. It's like man, this is like 10 years old. I remember this too. Hold on. I mean, that's up to y'all. Okay, egalitarian says he's not, he's not betting. I mean, look, I know what I know. I know at the weigh-in, when they were in suits, the first official weigh-in. I mean, no, the first presser, not the weigh-in, the presser. At the first presser. That's what Freddie Roach said. And I know I got angry because I said, man, he should have said this 4 years ago. Because it was 4 years of me getting called all kinds of niggas and flomos, which is code for nigga. And he just cleaned it up right there. So I ran to YouTube. I gotta take this call. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Sorry. My bad. Freedom's more salute. Yeah, man. Egalitarian, you said Floyd Mayweather Jr. never wanted to fight. Nah, that's not accurate, brother. That's not accurate. I was here for the whole thing. If y'all want me to do a live, not tomorrow, but what's tomorrow? Wednesday. If y'all want to revisit that on Thursday, because now they're talking about a rematch. They talking about a rematch, so I guess it's news now. I'll tell you what. I have an open panel on Thursday, and I say this respectfully to both y'all brothers, Harwin and Egalitarian. I say it respectfully to both of y'all. Thursday, if y'all want to join the panel, because it's news now, they're talking about having a fight. I don't give a shit about the fight right now, you know what I mean? But if they're gonna do it, whatever. But we can have an open conversation about it. We can have an open conversation about it. You know, we let's be respectful to one another. But you know, we can get to the facts of the situation. I was here for all of it. I was here for the whole thing. And, you know, aside from the racist attacks and everything else, I remember the facts. And the facts was on my side, 100%. The facts was always on my side. So I'll tell you what, Thursday, I'll have an open panel, and, you know, I'd appreciate it if Harwin and Eagle Italian, you brothers, could join, and we could have a conversation, and we could bring our facts to the table, and I could tell you what I know. I'll tell you what I know, and we could just have a conversation. Let's be respectful to one another. You know what I mean? Let's just bring the facts. Let's just bring the facts. It's all good. It's all good. I'm just saying I was here for it. I saved articles. I done had several computers since then, but what I always did was save the damn bookmarks. I always did that. So I've always been ready for that conversation. That was back when I was going back and forth with cats on Facebook. I mean, that whole thing. Now Floyd is a jerk, but as far as the Manny Pacquiao situation was concerned, he was right in that. In that situation, he was right. I'm not talking about how he is as a person or none of that. I'm talking about who, in reference to the Manny Pacquiao situation, he was 100% correct. And all Bob Arum and Top Rank did was they exercised Manny being a Christian and coming from a third world country and coming from the gutter. They amplified that, and he became the golden child, and Floyd was this black villain. You know, and I just put that aside, and I saw things for what it was, and the facts were the facts. I know what Manny wanted. I know exactly what he wanted. It was all in writing, and Floyd only wanted one thing. Manny wanted like 5 things. He wanted like 5 things. Floyd only wanted one thing. And it took this kid 4 years to agree to it. And he effed himself so bad that when the fourth Marquez fight happened, he didn't even want to do testing with Marquez, because once again, Freddie Roach explained, we didn't do testing in the past, so we didn't want to do it with Marquez, because there would have been a contradiction, and that's messed up, because I think that Marquez was juiced for that fight. Just look at his back. He had a lot of back knee. I said, what the hell's going on? I said, uh-oh. I said, man, he does testing. He's going to pop. He never did the testing. And, you know, it's just out there. Eric Jordan, that super chat salute. He says, Canelo, Bish made. Miguel clapping his cheeks. Hashtag Bukaki.
Bukaki.
Man, Miguel got fans, man. Miguel got fans.
Hi, Miguel.
I'm gonna close the show right now. So Thursday we'll talk about the Floyd Mayweather Manny Pacquiao. We'll talk about it. And again, I'll let you up here, please. Y'all got to be respectful to one another, please. Let's not get on here and mother effer to each other. Let's not do that. Let's just have a conversation. It's all good. Looking forward to speaking with Joseph tomorrow, because the topic is going to be this fight that no one asked for. Jake Paul and Tank Davis. It's ridiculous. But I guess things are what they are, right? So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm about to go lay down. I'm tired. So salute to y'all. Salute to everybody in the Venmo, the Zelle, the Cash App, the Super Chat. I appreciate y'all. Y'all make sure y'all like and subscribe. Y'all go subscribe to Bear Cave Entertainment. This picture of Tupac is real and it's crazy. But salute to y'all. Y'all don't know what I know. It's whatever, man. It's y'all idol worship. It's ridiculous. Canelo was not as advertised. I tried to warn y'all. Bud didn't do anything that Andre couldn't have done. That Floyd already did. That Bivol already did. That Austin Child, I feel, didn't get a fair shake. That Erislands Lara didn't get a fair shake. But the cat's out the bag, and he legitimately robbed the bank. And a lot of people let him get away with it because y'all don't know boxing. And salute to Bud. I hope he hangs it up, and I hope, like, because Bernie was on here and said that he's done. But if he fights again, give Bud that 100 mil. Do that. Give him his 100 milli. Do that. Because the brother deserves it. And I stand on that. So salute to all y'all, Venmo, Zelle, Cash App, Super Chat, man. Much love to y'all. And I know, Joseph, I know you're mad. Just show up tomorrow. You don't duck no smoke. Show up tomorrow. Let's have a conversation like adults. Let's check the temperature. Bronx on deck.
Move! Why are you gay?
Who says I'm gay?
You are gay.